In our last video, we actually made some sowings of things that will continue to give us harvest over the late summer period. But now is the time that we need to actually be getting the plants in the ground that will give us harvests for autumn and early winter. We sowed these back in May and now they're ready to go out. So grab yourself a cuppa, settle down nicely and watch as we put out our food for autumn and winter. In our last video, I said that we were out here at 6 o'clock in the morning because it's so hot. It's been an absolute scorcher of a weekend. And I also said the next best time for myself and Mrs. W is late afternoon and early evening. This is where we are now. We're going to start with the Brussels sprouts. These were sown right at the very end of April. And we've needed to pop them on because we were just waiting for the broad beans to actually just finish their harvest. Mrs. W has harvested those now. We've simply twisted the broad beans out, leaving the roots and their nodules in the ground. All legumes fix nitrogen from the air and they collect it in the nodules on their roots. So I like to leave them in there with the premise that they're going to have lots of nitrogen that's available to these plants. And remember, Brussels sprouts, they take a long time to grow. This is June week 4. We won't be harvesting these probably until November week 4. So now that we have our hole, the next thing we're going to do is to fill it up with water and let that drain away. Can you hear Poppy?
Yes, I can.
I think she's very excited and rolling around on the ground, Mrs. W.
Your mum is here and she does love your mum, doesn't she? I think they're having a bit of fun in the bottom garden. That's fine. She's okay.
Doesn't she just? So what I have done is taken off the bottom set of leaves. You can see where I've put them on that tray. And that's because they're no longer serving any purpose. And now that this water is drained away, you can get this planted in its final growing position and we shall make sure that the soil comes right up to the first set of leaves. Now with these being brassicas, pigeons love them, and actually this time of the year also so do the cabbage white butterflies. So what I need to do is to erect a tunnel over them. I don't think I said before, but this variety is actually a variety called Trafalgar. And hopefully, Ken, you've managed to find some Trafalgar seeds and got them sown. Because I'd hate to think that your Mrs. J would not be very happy with you if she didn't have Brussels sprouts at Christmas. Especially as we'll probably meet up next year at Malvern, because I will hear all about it. Now the sprouts were spaced at 2 feet apart, but the next thing I want to plant is some swede, and they only needed about 12 inches between them. There, our little swede, in you go. Next in this row, because actually until about 2 hours ago This represented our greens for this month, and we took the last 2 or 3 cabbages that were left. They'll keep nicely in the refrigerator until we want to use them by the end of the month. But now next, this row will represent our greens for the month of December. And by the way, thank you all very much for your responses that you gave to us when I said about doing a workshop. We're going to set that up a bit later on in the year, but so that you have all the information you need before we go into the new growing year. And we'll let you know exactly when that's happening, and hopefully you'll all want to jump on board and you can learn what has taken me the best part of 20 years to learn. Sure, Mrs. W, I'd forgotten the joy of gardening that we had when we had a lot less space.
Yes.
We used to grow so much in containers, and you can see here just how much we are growing. Mrs. W has actually planted up a little sort of salad bowl that you can see here. It's got some salad onions in it, and there's lots of lettuce. And the lettuce, we shall just pick the leaves as and when it's ready, and it's not too far away from doing that. But, you know, I'm guessing that, without actually getting the tape measure out, this patio area of ours is probably 5 metres, maybe a little less in length, and the width is probably around about 7 to 8 metres. We've got the Viva mini greenhouse that we're using to dry the garlic off. We have some tomato plants in there. We also have some peppers in there. And of course in this space we have the herb bed that we've got in that vegegar raised bed. And Mrs. W, well, she wouldn't be happy without a few flowers that are actually growing around here. But what I want to do now is to plant just a few more things up. And what I'm actually going to be doing is to be using some plants that I started off some time ago, but I've got some left over, and actually I can make really good use of them. Mrs. W has already planted out some chard, but the next thing I want to do is to actually plant some celery. These were sown back in February, was it, Mrs. W?
I think it was February, yes, yeah.
And we've potted them on, mainly because we thought if we get any failures in the garden, we've got something to replace it with. But actually all the celery is doing really, really well. We're picking it now. So why not make use of these? I might as well plant them up in here. And if you're a regular watcher of our channel, you'll know that I tend to dig up a couple of 3 plants from the garden and actually then transplant them into our polytunnel so that we've got celery all through the winter months and the frost won't harm them. But then I got to thinking to myself, well, I really don't like digging in my garden really, and you have to be able to dig down because these have an amazing root system once they're established in the garden. So what I can do is to put them into here, and again, because it's a container, I can just either put them into the Viva mini greenhouse, or I can walk them up to the greenhouse or the poly and leave them in there, and I won't need to disturb anything. How amazing is that, Mrs. W?
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Very good idea.
That is. And one thing I do want to say is that as we've been harvesting our potatoes, we've been harvesting, as you know, our first earlies. We're now on the second earlies now. But as I'm doing that, all of the soil that you see in here, the growing medium, is actually from those containers. So just like the rest of our No Dig garden, these are going to grow at least 2 vegetables in a growing season.
They look like they need to go in, Barry. There's a lot of root underneath.
These are some shallots that I started off earlier this year. They were sown from seed, so they're not sets. And they've just been in this tray, and you can see they're already starting to bulb, so they're actually quite liking life. So I'm kind of thinking, okay, rather than waste them, if I put them into one of these containers, they can continue their growing. And yes, as you say, Mrs. W, the roots are rather coming out there, aren't they?
They are.
And again, these were just things that I kept just in case we had a few failures. And I've dipped my holes, and the great thing about when you're growing in containers like this, you can actually shorten the distances that they actually grow in. Out in the open ground, in the plots, we need room to be able to adequately weed and ensure that, you know, they're not in competition with anything. But when you're actually growing in containers, there's no actual weeds here. So you can grow them just that little bit closer. This is a variety called Figaro. It's new to us. I have got some out in the plots. Like I say, why waste anything? Just put some salad onions out into the open plot. But again, I've got some over. Why waste them? I think I've said to you before that I like to grow as many spring salad onions as I can. In that way, I don't need to start on our main crop onions until the autumn time. And we can get all of our onion taste from these. And the really good thing about the salad spring onions is that you can use everything. There is no waste. Just cut down all of the leaves finely along with the bulb that's at the bottom and just add them to your recipes. And you have that amazing onion taste. This row here will represent our brassicas for November. And during November, we do like to have some lovely romanesco. So they're going in here. Everything is in now and growing away for the autumn months. If you remember, in the last video I said that by getting them out now, this is midsummer. We are at the summer solstice. They will have the maximum amount of light to be able to grow away, establish themselves, and then give us their harvest when we want them during autumn and winter. If you enjoyed this video, do give us a thumbs up. And if you like what we do and you really think you'd like to be a part of our gardening journey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And that way you'll know whenever we upload a video. And don't forget, healthy soil equals healthy plants that give you bigger harvests. No spade required. And if you want to see the kind of harvest that we get by using these planting times, then why not watch this harvest playlist next? We shall see you on the next one.